Okay. July 6th, 2024 with Caleb at the canoe race. This is the before. Any final words, Caleb?
This might be a bad idea.
No, won't be a bad idea. This gives you an opportunity to go out in style.
That's right. Yeah.
Some people have these boring ways to go in a nursing home. Well, this could be a way better.
I was hoping to go out in that, trying to explore that sinkhole that lets out.
Oh,
okay.
I don't want to talk about that. We don't talk about sinkholes, Caleb. I slept pretty good last night. Now I'm not gonna tonight.
Okay,
Well, you're faster than us.
tell you what, Caleb, let's reverse. Let's back up and go this way. It's a little less rocky this way. So obviously we're not going to need to be super competitive or anything.
Right.
We're just going to paddle. Let's see, where's a good place to put it in? You don't mind getting your feet wet, obviously, hopefully.
Nope, I'm fine.
Yeah, just let's walk in a little ways because it's kind of rocky. Go ahead and put your boat down that way. We'll hop in there. And okay, so this boat might feel just a little bit tippier than usual, but don't worry, just relax. Try to keep your weight in the middle. Normally, what we want to put that foot brace forward there, so you still beat me. And what I normally do is grab your paddle to get in the boat, and we kind of go in this at the same time. Actually, you want to put your water bottle in that little holder behind you. See that little thing there? Yeah, no, right here. Just put it in that hole.
Yep,
There we
got
go.
it.
So put your foot like in the middle somewhere. Your left foot, right foot. There you go. Okay. And then slowly lower yourself down to the seat. Yeah. Perfect. Switch my seat back. Perfect. You feel like really stable. But you know, I feel the water's like incredibly.
Turn that camera around if you want a picture of us.
Yeah. So you can see the water's incredibly warm. It's shallow. It's nice. Have you ever gone swimming in the river?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Where do you really swim?
Actually, jump in,
Like at the high water?
yeah, I was exploring those before I figured out how to hold a makeshift boat out of the port glass. I was trying to explore those abandoned chain pylons.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Yeah, that's fun. I used to camp on those guys.
That's awesome.
I mean, the ones that are above the water.
Right.
Up in Lindsay. Okay. Yep, okay, race meeting. All right. How many of you are on the 12 mile? Okay, it's a mass start. What we're going to do is go to the second red buoy. So the first red buoy is around the corner. That's the 5 mile. Keep going till you see the second red buoy at Lick Run. You can see it's a stream coming in, a power line across the river. Easy to see. It's like one of these big orange ones. And then the 12 mile comes back down through. You can pick any one of these channels. I usually go down the left one because I know it's always deep enough. They have the riffles. Just read the normal riffles. It's easy to read the top end, but when you get to the bottom or through the riffles, you'll see some rocks. Just make sure you weave through those. It's easy to spot. You'll go down to the finish line buoy. Then you go around the finish line buoy. Pretty much we can go counterclockwise the whole day today. If you're in a bunch, just counterclockwise. Come back up. Halfway there'll be a yellow buoy next to this one right here, which I'm going to drop in later, this yellow soccer ball buoy. You'll see it halfway down. So when you're going to come back up halfway to the riffles and then go back down, that'll complete 12 miles. Okay? So 12 mile.
Right before the ripples. Is that correct?
last loop you'll be coming up about halfway to the riffles, then going back.
Okay.
Okay. And then,
5 mile.
what's that?
5 miles.
Okay, the 5 mile is really easy. Just go up to the first orange buoy, turn around, and go straight down to the finish. Okay? Any other questions?
Turn around.
Okay.
Going a long way. Oh, you're doing fine.
And everybody say hello to Caleb. This is his first race. Ken Colin. He had a weak moment. So just kind of line yourself either side of that orange buoy. Just kind of get us in a fairly good line. You can start either side of the pier. Actually, Caleb, why don't you go? Yeah, let's go behind this kayak. There we go. We'll go to the outside of everybody here. We're good so far, Caleb. So all you need to do is just kind of paddle like you're doing. And we'll kind of explain what that really is. Okay, so normally what happens is Amy, once we get sort of in a kind of a line, everybody's in the water, she'll say paddler's ready and go. But we don't have to worry about being perfectly lined up. So. And we got the camera rolling. You don't have to paddle really hard to start, just kind of get it going.
It's that rhythm. Just getting that rhythm.
Yeah, just getting the rhythm, yeah. How's it going, Dan?
Enough water up through here.
Oh yeah, plenty of water. Just stay out maybe 100 feet, 50 feet at least out this right bank, you'll be fine. Anytime. Whenever you want to. Yep, switch sides. There we go. And what I normally do is say, hop with the switch. Keep your stroke a little bit out in front. Don't pull your stroke back so far. Ah, perfect. There. Good job. There we go. Good. Cut. Switch. Hey, really great. Good job. What we're doing is there's some waves here. We're actually catching a rock. Cut. Wow. Breathe deep. You should be able to don't paddle so hard that you can't talk. That's our how we can tell if the paddle too hard. Cut. Feel these like weights here. That's from the boats. Cut. Cut. We'll settle into like a pace. We'll find somebody we can stay with. Just kind of paddle along with them. Cut. 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 Yeah, if you kind of end your stroke a little earlier, you're bringing it back just a little bit further than you need. There you go. That'll quicken up the stroke rate a little bit. Cut. pimp out this boat, Caleb. You could have taken the vinyl cutter and made all kinds of cut designs. Maybe a shark mouth on the front end. Cut. Paddle next to the legend Gary brought. Did you build this boat, Gary?
Pardon me?
Did you build this boat?
This is the Wabash Valley Defeater.
Huh?
Cut, which is an antique.
That's kind of an intimidating name.
Yeah. I bought it from Dale Craft.
Uh-huh.
Him and his other wife
Cut.
paddled it at Nashville up here.
Okay.
Cut, they sold it to me.
His other wife, that's kind of vague.
Yeah.
Cut.
Cut.
Nanette probably? Or one before that?
Yeah, and that.
Cut. So you're getting on camera, Gary.
All right.
John.
Cut.
Cut.
That's something.
I don't have my 360 front facing. It's still working.
Cut.
What we're not doing now, Caleb, is what we'll call a side wake. So they're actually throwing off a wave and we're kind of surfing a little bit. So we're probably paddling maybe 5% less hard than these guys are. But I don't want to say that because they'll.
Cut. Because we're going to let you go ahead.
Well, we can take turns.
There you go.
So the important thing is not to ride up too far, because if you ride up too far, then the bow waves push you apart. So there's kind of like a real sweet spot.
Cut.
So what you want to do is breathe, Caleb, especially breathe in the hallway and out the hallway. Every so often, maybe every 2-3 minutes. Think about breathing. And what that'll do is if you're getting any soreness or tightness in your muscles, that'll make it go away in a couple minutes. And also keep everything relaxed. Which you look perfectly relaxed, Caleb, so you're doing great. But if you feel like you're gripping the paddle, that means that you're going to end up with a cramp. So you always want to do everything relaxed.
We're getting a good lesson here, buddy.
Yeah.
I am.
I mean, my part.
Yeah.
You can ignore him if you like.
Yeah. And again, your breathing is probably, breathing and relaxing is like the number one thing, or number two thing. I can't count. Most people take shallow breaths and don't take a full breath, but if you can get that oxygen pumped into your body, it just makes 100% difference. Of course, you know, if I'm talking here, I'm going to put the transcript on ChatGPT and it's going to write us a book.
Right.
Yes, the second turnaround is this red one up here, correct? For the 12 mile?
Yeah, these guys are doing the 5 right here.
Right, but when we turn around halfway down through the ripples, then we come up to this one?
No. There'll be another one.
Further up or less up?
Less up.
Okay.
Way less up.
Okay.
The last loop is only about 4 miles.
Okay.
But
Aim right at the buoy.
Am I okay on your side over here?
so John and Gary, you're doing the 5, right?
Yeah.
Okay, hut. Okay. We'll slip behind you here.
Hut.
Hut.
We're going to turn on this buoy.
Hut. Have you been up this way to Ferensville, Caleb?
No.
So there's a town of Ferensville. It's basically at the end of this road. Hut. You turn right in between those 2 mountain ridges on the right. the stern wake. But generally it's hard to stay perfectly behind the boat you're trying to wake. So you generally just try to meander a little bit, but generally stay put behind. Your technique looks really good. But starting to look at your stroke. Probably your top arm could be slightly straighter. You don't want to lock your elbow, but so that your left arm right now. There we go. Just start out a little bit straighter. That's like perfect. But now your bottom elbow, like your elbow to the left right now, your tip of your elbow should be a little closer to your side, cut like your ribs, cut. And what that does is it helps you from getting like tennis elbow. If you kind of keep cut your elbows kind of closer to your ribs, then we call it chicken wings. When people paddle, they look like they have chicken wings. Cut. Riding the second wave, so I'm going to just paddle a little harder to get up a little bit closer. There we go. Cut. Cut. I did this for about 6 hours in an 8-hour race. I got behind somebody and I just stayed with them the whole at least 6 hours, and then I beat him. So, I kept telling him, I said, Mark, but he kept looking back because it's the third place person who was back like a couple minutes. But I said, Mark, don't worry about that guy in the back, you need to worry about me. About the last, probably 20 minutes of the race, but I picked a spot in the shallow water. This is a big guy. He was probably 220 pounds, all muscle. So the water was kind of shallow. I thought, this is probably it. But, so I waited till we were going under a bridge. So I went on one side of the pier, but he went on the other. And when we came out, I just sprinted all for all I was worth. I got ahead of him. Just kept paddling hard, and I stayed ahead of him to finish. I warned him. He's beat me ever since. How you feeling, Caleb?
Pretty good.
The gloves are probably a good idea, but you might not need them, especially when it gets really hot. Your body loses a lot of heat out of your wrist and hands. But I'll show you how to keep from getting blisters. It's actually pretty easy. You just, when you feel your skin getting a little tight, like sore, you just wipe your face, and the grease on your face will give your hands just enough lubrication. It'll prevent a blister. And then dehydration is another thing. So at some point here, we'll just quit paddling and grab a drink. crossed over, but because most of the current is on the right side. Even though we have to cross back over to turn the buoy, it's faster this way. Although in this level of water, it could have gone either way. It's pretty low. Might have been a good experiment to go up on the right side and stay on the right. If you have to go to the bathroom, we'll just go over and find some bushes. Normally I just park it out of the boat, but that takes a little practice. I've had canoe partners for long races actually scooch their butt over the side and take a dump. Yeah, it's quite dramatic. We had Giardia or something, and we just had the traps all the time. And we were mostly ahead, so everybody behind us got to see it. He goes, "Hey Jeff, I'm kind of feeling a gut pain. I think I gotta go." I said, "Okay, Todd." I said, "Which side?" "Left side." So I leaned right for all it's worth. He shoved his pants down. Way he went. Now, if you want to try that, let me know. Well, I got the camera, so that's probably not a good idea. But you don't want to do any rated R stuff.
No.
That's my brother in the yellow t-shirt over there. So watch his technique. Watch how he paddles. Notice how he doesn't bring his paddle back. But look at his bottom hand. His bottom hand, see how it stops about a little bit past about his hip. There's a good job, you guys. And he's been national, he's basically one of the best paddlers in the world, probably top 5. Still trains at that level. Looking good. What we have, we're right on the edge of an eddy. The eddy is produced by a peninsula like this. So the current kind of actually almost reverses in this area right here. So when you're going upstream, you always want to look for these eddies. So we're kind of basically right in the eddy. There's a little bit of current, but not as much as that's out about 20 feet to the left. And usually when you want to turn like this, you want to start like on the eddy side, and then as you put your front end out in the current helps you turn the boat. That's what we'll do here. Now we're going to paddle on the same side and watch what happens. And you have to be a little careful. If you have a lot of current, it'll grab the bow and try to tip you upstream. There we go. Okay, this is probably a good point to take a drink.
pretty up there too.